What's going on, guys? My name is James. Today's video is going to be about how many PA schools should you apply to. Cue the intro. If you've done your research on the PA profession and how many schools you should apply to, CASPA lists on their application system that the average applicant applies to 8 schools. I actually read somewhere online, I'm not sure how credible it is, but they mentioned that if you apply to one PA school, you have a 25% chance of getting into that program. If you apply to 12 schools, if you apply to 12 schools, you have a 50% chance. I'm not sure how credible this statistic or this analysis is, but from what I've experienced, I think that's fairly accurate. One thing to also note is that they mentioned in the article, which I'll list below, it's on the PA Life, if you apply to 12 or more schools, your chances of being accepted does not increase. And that's something that I don't necessarily agree with. I think the more schools you apply to, you do slowly, incrementally increase your chances of being accepted to PA school. In my opinion, in my experience, I applied to a lot of schools. I'm not gonna give you a specific number, but I did apply to way more than the average amount, way more than 8 for sure. I've definitely encouraged PA applicants to apply to 15, even 20 schools if your budget allows. Yeah, you're gonna find out a lot of information about the programs through their websites and I guess their student testimonials, but you really get a feel for the school and their program once you receive an interview and once you go through an interview day. And I have a couple of vlogs that I kind of go through my experiences through my interview process, and you can find those on my channel as well. But definitely, I think applying broadly and applying to more than the average amount, if your budget allows, is a great way to go if you're serious about becoming a PA. Another cool thing of applying broadly is you might receive interviews to schools that you probably didn't expect to get interviews from. And if you think about yourself as an applicant, if you have a lower GPA, if your GRE score is not as great for schools that require the GRE, or your healthcare experience is close to average or around the minimum, you definitely want to apply more broadly and give yourself a greater opportunity to receive an interview from schools. And for me, I applied to a lot of schools for this cycle because my mentality was that I only want to apply once and I don't want to, spend a lot of energy going through 2 cycles if I can just devote all my energy and all my time into this specific cycle. So keep in mind that the first school that you apply to through CASPA is going to cost you $175, and every program after that it's going to be $50. And this is just for the CASPA application system. This doesn't take into account all the secondary costs, the application fees, which can add up. So be mindful of that and definitely set a budget for yourself, but also don't limit yourself on the number of schools that you're applying to. And don't let that $50 extra and maybe the $50 extra supplemental fee limit you from applying to a program that you really want to go to. Because in the long run, you're gonna have a lot of student loans from, or you might not, but majority of us are gonna have a lot of student loans from PA school. So the $100 that you spend now is gonna seem very not substantial in the long run. And who knows if you might get invited to an interview for that program and even accepted. So just keep an open mind, definitely set a budget, and try to budget properly so that you can apply to as many schools as you feel comfortable. So once again, my name is James. I am starting PA school next year, so take everything I say very carefully as I am a current applicant and this is all my experiences that I'm talking about, and also experiences of other students that I've gotten to know through the interview process. I hope that this video helps you, and if I had any last minute, conclusive thoughts for this video, it's definitely do your research on the programs that you are applying to. Only apply to schools that, if that was the only school you got into, you would definitely go, and apply broadly. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for the next video, and don't forget to be like my blood type. Be positive. Peace.